Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. I am Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining once again. So apparently, Vice President Kamala Harris wants a rematch. I guess apparently what she feels, and maybe perhaps her campaign advisors feels that she really didn't do too good in the debate, so she wants a rematch. But let me read you the words of former President Donald Trump from Truth Social. He's saying you're not going to get a rematch. Let's look into this. He says in Truth Social, when a prize fighter loses a fight, the first words out of his mouth are, "I want a rematch." Sometimes that's true. Sometimes polls clearly show that I won the debate against Comrade Kamala Harris, Democratic radical left candidate, on Tuesday night, and she immediately called for a second debate. She and Crooked Joe have destroyed our country with millions of criminals and mentally deranged people. Pouring into the U.S., totally unchecked and unvetted, and with inflation bankrupting our middle class. True. Everyone knows this and all of the other problems caused by Kamala and Joe. It was discussed in great detail during the first debate with Joe and the second debate with Comrade Harris. She was a no-show at the Fox debate and refused to do NBC and CBS. Kamala should have focused on what she should have done during the last almost 4 years period. There will be no third debate. End of transcript. End of what Trump has said. Yeah, well, he says there's not going to be a third debate. And I agree. I don't think he should give her another debate. I mean, she's crying and Putin and woo and ah and rah, rah, rah about wanting to get, no. That, to me, in my opinion, I do believe that suggests that she didn't do too well. And perhaps her advisors are probably telling her you didn't do too well, because I watched the entire debate. I said in the previous video, I did miss the first 5 minutes, but I don't think I missed much. Okay. They shook hands when they came. Okay. Whatever. Probably did a little introduction. The moderators probably did a little introduction. But look, I watched the entire debate from the beginning to the end. I believe, and I still hold on to this, that even though some have said that Trump was debating 3 individuals, and yeah, he was debating 3 people, Kamala Harris and the 2 moderators, and I found out too that the female moderator is a sorority sister of Kamala Harris. And that's something, right? Just found that out. Even though he was debating 3 people, I believe, in my opinion, is that Trump did fairly well. Okay, I believe he did fairly well. Even though they was constantly fact-checking him, he would come back with the right answer for the most part. And people said, well, Trump looked angry. I don't think he looked angry. I think it may have been, to me, there was a look of frustration and aggravation at Kamala Harris, whom he knew was going to lie. But if you notice, and I didn't mention this in my other video, but if you notice, during the debate, Trump never hardly looked at Kamala Harris. She looked at him. We look over at him, but he never hardly looked at Kamala Harris. And I think because he always would this, and she would talk, and it looked like he would just be ignoring her. He wouldn't look her way. He would just be like, and I think the reason for that wasn't because he feared her, please. Wasn't because he feared her. It was because he knew she was a big fat liar, and he didn't want to do anything, in my opinion, to invoke how much he really wanted to dog her out. Okay. But anyway, I think he did fairly successful. Even though he was ganged up on, he was able to defend himself and focus on what really mattered. So having said that, with this whole idea of Kamala Harris wanting a third debate, it seems clearer to me, as it may be with other people, that perhaps she didn't do too well, because she didn't explain her policies really. From what I can remember, she didn't really explain her policies. She didn't really explain what she was going to actually do. Okay, so no, it's not going to be a third debate. Some have said that those who are going to vote for Trump are going to vote for Trump. Those who are going to vote for Kamala Harris are going to vote for Kamala Harris. And that debate is not going to change that, either way. It's probably not debate. It's probably not even needed. As one article heading said, probably not even needed. Doesn't even probably matter. So at this point, it's probably already decided. The only people that they're trying to get a hold of now are the undecided voters, those who are not sure either or. But I think those undecided voters, quite quite frankly, it's going to be very difficult for them, in my opinion, to pick because if all they're to pick who they're going to vote for, because if all they're watching is the mainstream media is liberal run for the most part. 90% of it's liberals. If all they're watching is the mainstream media is going to favor Kamala Harris. They've already been painting her as the next Messiah. Okay, so they're going to favor Kamala Harris and disdain Donald Trump. So if all they're watching is the mainstream media, it's going to be made much more difficult to pick who they want to vote for. I remember one of the leaders of my church saying, we've never been in a time where it's been so hard to decide who to vote for. And I understand the point, but I have to disagree because if all you're watching is the mainstream media, then it would be hard to decide. If you don't go outside with the mainstream media, which is mostly liberal run, is painting for you, it's going to be difficult because they're going to always make Donald Trump look like he's evil and racist and he's the next Hitler and he's going to be a dictator and all this other crap that they're spitting at the American people, and they're making Kamala Harris look like she's Jesus Christ riding on a white horse from the book of Revelation, the 19th chapter. That's what it's going to make. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, it's going to be hard. Of course, it's going to be hard because you're just watching the mainstream media. You got to get outside. I've said this so many times. People got to get outside the mainstream media. Everything outside the mainstream media is not a freaking conspiracy theory. It's not some far right conspiracy theory made up by radical conservatives. No. There's too many outlets out there that are telling you the truth. It's just that people have to make up in their mind that if they really want the truth, they're going to have to go outside the mainstream media. It's just that simple. But I feel a lot of people have been brainwashed. They're under mind control, literally under mind control. And it's hard for them to break free from what they have been poisoned with in the mainstream media. So these undecided people, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for them to make a decision for Trump or the decision for Kamala Harris simply because the mainstream media is controlled by the left. So it's going to be very hard. So it's going to take prayer and maybe some decisions on the part of the undecided to really go outside of what they're seeing on the mainstream media. That's what it's going to be. But at the same time, I also think that this whole idea of Kamala Harris wanting another debate will probably weigh in on the undecided voters because they should be thinking, okay, man, why does she want another debate? You know, you lost. I mean, why would she want another debate? They should be thinking about why would she want another debate? Trump don't want another debate. Okay, why would she want another debate? You know, the undecided should be thinking about that. You know, that may weigh in on it. But why does she want another debate? Maybe it's because she didn't do too well during the first debate, assuming that these undecided voters actually watched the debate. And even if they didn't watch the debate, the fact that she wants another debate should plant a seed in their mind and have them asking questions versus just going on and listening to everything the reporters and journalists on the mainstream leftist liberal media is saying. Make you got to get past. We think about what's pushed towards us. That's the stuff we think. We think about the information that's given to us. We don't just think about stuff out of the blue for the most part. We think about what's being pushed towards us. And if all you're getting is the mainstream media, liberal bias news, then that's what you're going to think about. It's going to be very, very hard to make a decision, either or. But at any way, Trump said no third debate. It's not happening. No, he stated that the polls said that he won the debate. I mean, I'm reading headlines and articles, particularly from the left, of course, saying that Kamala Harris won the debate. Look, I'm going to tell you this right up front. It's going to all come down to the nudie swoop. When it comes down to voting day and the electoral votes and the voters themselves, and then we'll see. Because I can't fully trust these polls. You know, those I've seen, conservatives are saying, conservative polls saying, well, he's won. Left are saying he didn't win. Look, I don't care. He didn't win. I don't care. Look, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the voters and the electoral votes. That's what it's going to come down to. So let's see what happens. But no, once again, Trump said in Truth Social, she's not getting a third debate. It ain't happening. Accept the fact that you lost. You lost, Kamala. You lost. The way he sees it, you lost. Move on. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say about that. What do you guys think about this whole idea of what Trump said in Truth Social? That she wants a third. Kamala Harris wants another debate. Do you think she should get another debate or not? I don't think she should. Forget it. It's over. Let's move on. But yeah, what do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.